The number one fear a lot of people have is, I'm not going to have enough money if I quit my job to start my cash practice, or I've got kids, I've got, a family, I've got financial responsibilities, and I can't spend 3 months without making any money to start this practice, and I don't really know how to do it. And there's a couple really easy ways to do that. Number one, get everything ready. Like, this is like launch plan. So you set a date, you get everything ready, get your marketing ready, you get your business set up, you get your back end ready. So marketing, there's two pieces to marketing. There is the front end, what everyone sees, the front facing piece. It's like the sign on your door. And then there's the back end systems. The back end systems are what you need to make the front end work. You can't just put an ad in the paper and expect people to call you. You have to have back end systems like, how do you answer the phone? What are you offering to people? Is it a free book or a free consultation, or just a telephone call, or just straight up come see me for an eval? You've got to know what all those systems are and how they're going to work for you. So you got to have all that ready, and you say, okay, I know I'm ready to go. I'm ready to turn on the switch. Now, it doesn't have to even be 100% perfect. Like in business, 80% is good enough. Okay? You really just have to get it out there and you just want to get like everything moving. You want to say, here you go, world. Here's my stuff. It might not be perfect, but I'm ready for you. And so you've got all that ready to go. You've got the button ready to push. And then you say, okay, boss, my dream is to start a cash practice. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm doing it in 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 2 weeks. Or you say, look, I'd like to go down to, part-time and and this is what it looked like and this is what I'm doing. Or you go in and you say, you know what? I'm starting a running specialty cash practice. I know you're mostly post-surgical. I would like to still work here and do this other thing on the side, and I see it being symbiotic. Now, you run the risk of a boss man or lady feeling scarce and not really liking it and going, oh, no, I'm scared that you're going to steal all my patients from me, and you just got to go. You know what? What happens is you've got your backup plan, which is push the marketing button and it goes forward. You also, a lot of people I know have been really encouraged by their employers to do this and to start a practice and been supported. And, the employer's like, we're sad to see you go, but no, you want to do it. So most people end up there. Very few people who I've worked with have been fired or let go because they started a practice. What happens more often than not is people are let go before they've even told their boss, and they're not being let go on their own terms. So when you say to your employer, this is what I'm looking at doing, this is what I want to do, you're going out on your terms, not on their terms. However, the people I've worked with who haven't gone out on their own terms have said it's been the best thing that's ever happened to them because they already wanted to start a practice. It's the thing that kicked them in the butt that got them moving. So just know that it's the reality. The other end isn't as scary as it seems. And the good news is with physical therapists right now, I get job offers all the time. There's plenty of work for physical therapists right now. Okay, strategy number 2. How do I know when to go out on my own, or how do I go out on my own? Okay, if you're very financially risk averse and you really need to make sure you keep a stream of income coming in, my number one suggestion would be to get a job that's not in orthopedics, so it's not a conflict of interest, because a lot of people say, oh, I got a conflict of interest with my boss and I can't start another practice. Or the contract I signed says I can't start a practice within a certain amount of mileage or time after I'm not employed. So what you do is you get a job in home health or PRN at the hospital. The people I know who have these home health gigs, it pays really well, and they're done by 2 or 3 o'clock. So when you're done by 2 or 3 o'clock, you've got 4, 5, 6, and 7 to see patients 5 days a week. you can see patients on Saturdays. That's plenty of people to get started so that you can transition to full-time. And here I'm going to tell you why. Why is 10 people plenty of time? So what is the starting salary of a graduate, of a PT graduate these days? It's roughly $60,000. I mean, this is what I've seen. This is what's, what I know from what people have shared with me, what you can look up on, just Google it. You just go to like salaries, employee salaries, or average mean salary of physical therapists. It's somewhere around $60,000, $65,000, $70,000. Physical therapist employee salaries don't really go to $100,000 unless you're in home health outpatient and you're working crazy, or you're a manager or something, not technically just the outpatient ortho or outpatient neuro style of practice that most people want to provide. So 10 people a week, when you get to double digits, 10, you can get $1,500 a week. If you're charging, let's say, $100 a week for 10 patients, that's $1,000. If you're charging $125, you get 10 people a week. That's $1,250 a week for 48 weeks of the year. That's roughly $60,000 gross. And yes, you do have to pay some taxes on it. However, that's a pretty good salary for seeing 10 people a week. Now, you do have to hustle and work hard to get there. But if you've got all your systems ready to go, you've got your marketing plan in place, you've got your business set up, it's not that hard to get to 10 people a week within a month or two. Especially if you can see 4 or 5 people on Saturday and one person, at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock every evening. You get off your shift at 5, 5:30, you go see a patient at 6, you're home by 7:30 for dinner. You've got 5 people each day of the week and 5 people or 6 people on Saturday. You've got your 10 people, you've got your $60,000, and then what you do is you say, okay, I'm going to go part-time at my gig. I'm going to start dropping days. You start dropping days, you say, I'm going to drop 3 days, I'm going to do part-time 3 days a week, and you spend your other time working on your practice 100%. That's how you go into full-time cash practice. You can also cut the cord and say, look, I've got my $60,000, things are going up, I'm just going to stop what I'm doing and go 100%, because once you can spend 100% of your time on your own practice, things happen and things start changing really quickly, and you can put all your energy in your business and it's going to succeed and grow and go up from there.